Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So this is another episode of Shopping with Pete, a series that I started a few months ago where I go through different deals that are happening through websites or whether that's on, the storefronts on the consoles. And today I wanted to highlight one that's pretty good and it's one that we don't see often, and that is a buy one get one free sale, or as Amazon likes to put it, get two for the price of one. Like just call it buy one get one free. It sounds better. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go through the list of games with you guys, and I'm going to highlight some of my recommendations of games that I played that maybe weren't on your radar and you might want to pick up for this deal. I will say this deal was a little hard for me to actually find on Amazon. I think the only way that you were able to find it is if you just so happen to click on one of these games and then notice the small little sale icon here where it says savings get two for the price of one. That's the only way that I've seen to be able to find the sale. But what I've done is I've put my affiliate link in the comments section and in the description of this video. That will take you directly to this sale page, and buying anything through there will support my channel as well. So what do you say we get started here? Starting off with, and I will say these games are going fast. As you're going to see, there's some games here that say usually ships within 1 to 2 months. So get in on this while you can, because some of the best games are going to have a little bit of a wait if you're ordering them now before they sell out. And we don't know when the sale is going to end, which is why it could end tomorrow. I don't think there's any kind of time frame here that they're giving us. So Sonic Frontiers is $38. I do feel like Sonic Frontiers will probably be cheaper for Black Friday. I can imagine Sonic Frontiers going down to $30 or so. So if you're not dying to get a copy of Sonic Frontiers, getting this for, $20 or so is a good deal. But I do think you can do a little bit better during Black Friday potentially. But there is a big update coming for Sonic Frontiers that is going to make this game so much better and so much cooler later on in this year. I am going to skip over some games that I haven't played yet, but I will point out that apparently Atelier Ryza has a 1 to 2 month wait, so apparently a lot of people are picking this up for $30. If you're a fan of Final Fantasy or music rhythm games and you for some reason have not played Theater Rhythm yet, now this is the PS4 version, there is a PS5 version, but if you have a PS4 and you're a fan of music rhythm games and Final Fantasy, Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line gets one of my highest recommendations. It's definitely in the potential for maybe even game of the year, if not top 3 for me. I mean, it's really good. It's an amazing game. Now this here is really a great deal as well, and as you can see, there's now a 2 to 3 day wait to get this. But if you think about it, if you pair Valkyrie Elysium with another $25 game, you're getting this for like $12. Now I bought this when it came out for the full price, or it was actually part of another deal. I think it was $40 on sale or something, but whatever I paid for it, it was great. I really enjoyed this game. It kind of took me back to the earlier days of like a PS3 feeling action RPG, and I really enjoyed it. I think it dragged a little bit towards the end, but for $12.50, if you compare this correctly with another game, that is a must buy. I could say this is one of the best deals on the entire sale. Don't pass this up if you're a fan of action RPGs for that price. I also played Diofield Chronicle, and okay, this is a great pairing, by the way. $12.50 for Valkyrie Elysium and $12.50 for Diofield Chronicle. That's a great price. Now, I'm not sure if they'll let you have the PlayStation version or if it's maybe on here. We'll see. But if you have an Xbox and the PlayStation, Diofield Chronicle for $12, that's an easy recommend. It was a little harder for me to recommend this game at like $40 because it's definitely going to be a little slow and not for everybody. But for $12, I'd say it's definitely worth a shot if you're a fan of sort of like old school feeling, kind of flashy looking tactics RPGs. Obviously, we're probably going to pass on Smurfs Kart. As much as I love my kart racers, that seems a little pricey, even at half off. Street Fighter 6 Deluxe Edition. So this probably wouldn't be the best thing to get on the sale because you're going to be looking for cheaper games. I don't think there's too many $85 games that are going to be on here for you to pick up, so it would be hard to get it half off. Oh, there actually are the PS5 and the PS4 versions of Diofield, so that kind of works out. However, the PS4 version is apparently quite a long wait. Scarlet Nexus, I've heard some people kind of enjoy this game. I haven't played it yet, but I will point out that it's pretty cheap. SnowRunner. I do think this is a little pricey, but I love SnowRunner. SnowRunner is like one of the most surprising games that I think I played on the PS4 in terms of how much I really enjoyed it. Just pulling your trucks out of the snow and the mud, super fun. I do think this is a little pricey, and there's a new game coming out in the series soon. I think it's called Explorer. I think I'd maybe wait for that instead. There's only 5 left in stock from Raiden 4X Mikado. Probably going to be sold out by the time this video gets published. Let's see here. Atomic Heart. That feels like a game that kind of just came and went. Never really hear anybody talking about that anymore. So Loop 8 is a game that I did stream, and I would not recommend this game for $20, but it's a very odd visual novel. It's like 95% visual novel and 5% light, like turn-based RPG. And it's also like a dating sim. It's a really weird culmination of different genres. I would not recommend it for 20, but if you ever see this cheaper, or if you're really desperate for something, then you can think about adding this one. But like I said, it's definitely not for everybody. Oh, this is an interesting one. I didn't notice this. I did go through this list once live on stream, but I wanted to record a video for you guys on YouTube here. Kamiwaza, this is a port of a random Japanese-only PS2 game that they just decided to re-release, and apparently it's not the best game, but I do want to point this out for those of you that are fans of like really obscure stuff that gets released these days. Back 4 Blood probably doesn't make much sense to buy this now because, well, the game is probably pretty dead. I don't think they're not even doing updates for the game anymore. Stranger Paradise for $37, which would be half off. Not terrible. I still got to get around to playing the full game. I've still only played the demo for that. Story of Seasons for $15. That could be kind of nice. This is essentially like the real Harvest Moon, as a lot of people call them. I will say Soul Hackers 2 for $55 feels pricey. I do think this is the kind of game that come Black Friday will be a lot cheaper. I can see this game getting down to like $19.99 potentially during Black Friday, but if you're desperate for some RPGs, I've only played the demo of this. It seemed pretty good. Pac-Man Museum is kind of neat. This is like a little virtual arcade with a ton of Pac-Man games that you walk around in, and you play all the different games, and you collect like gotcha figures and stuff. It's actually kind of cool for $20, $10 if you can pair it with another $20 game. I'd say that might be worth it. Got some other versions of games we saw earlier. Wo Long for $40, so half off for $20. I would recommend Wo Long for $20, actually. I enjoyed it. I didn't finish it because after a while I kind of got tired of certain really annoying features of that game when it came to the combat sometimes. But if you're into Souls-type games, you can definitely get a lot of time out of Wo Long for $20. And I would recommend playing it online with a friend if you can. It's pretty good online. Cuckoos is a isometric 3D platformer, which there's not too many 3D platformers on here, so I figured I would highlight that. LX2 might be worth the gamble. Ooh, there's a 1 to 2 month wait on this now. But I did play LX1 a bit, and I actually really enjoyed that. I haven't gotten around to trying LX2 yet, but if you're a fan of Eurojank RPGs, that one might be up your alley. We got the PS4 version of Soul Hackers on here. Midnight Suns kind of came and went. There are some really big fans of this game, but keep in mind it's an XCOM game with 3 characters in your party. So if you're a fan of like having like 5 or 6 characters in a XCOM style game, you're not going to find it here. Let's see here. I'm trying to go through here relatively fast and just highlight certain games. This is such a weird one here. It's only $23.99 as well. This used to be like a My Little Pony fighting game, and then they had to change it due to licensing issues into a fighting herds game with like horses and cows and everything. So I don't know, just kind of odd, a little interesting game there. Haven't played it myself. Cotton Fantasy might be a neat grab for those of you into the Cotton games, especially Cotton Fantasy, which is pretty hard to track down the non-in games version. Tons of horse games, boy. Let me tell you, if you're a fan of horses, there's a lot of horse racing games on here for you. Redfall, ouch. That's all I'm going to say about Redfall. That game had a really rough launch. I never got around to trying it myself, but boy, that game came and went real quick. So this is way too expensive, by the way, for Genesis Noir. I have played and beat this game. It's a great game. But for $100, this is a 2 to 3 hour game that has no replay value. So proceed with caution with this one. But maybe if you're picking up Street Fighter and you're looking for another game that's really expensive, that could be one. But I would not recommend that. Even if you think about getting it for like 50, half off. Let's see here. Good mix of games on here, though. Good variety. All kinds of weird little gems. And that is it. That is the end of the sale. So not like a gigantic selection, right? But they got some good stuff on here. Anyway, if you guys found this video useful, if you decided to pick up anything, leave a comment below. Let me know what games you ended up picking up. And leave a like to help the algorithm spread this to more people before the sale ends. And if you enjoy the Shopping with Pete series, I do have some older videos that I did. Of course, the sales are out of date, but if you enjoy me looking through some games like this and giving recommendations, there are some videos in the back catalog. And I'll keep an eye out for any more interesting deals. For you guys, like I said, there's a link in the description and the comments below for this deal page, my affiliated link. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.